Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to take a look at the newly released Gaston limited edition designer doll from the new line that is of course extending the Midnight Masquerade designer series. So stay tuned as we take a look at the box, the details. Of course, we're going to take a really good look at the doll himself, and as always, I do want to know what you guys think. All right, so he was $129.99 on Shop Disney. He's limited edition of 3,000. Oddly enough, he's still available. Not sure why. This was the one that everybody was talking about, but still there on USA Shop Disney, and I believe he's still there on the UK Shop Disney as well. With such a low run, I figured by now he would have sold out, but it is what it is. Anyhow, so we do, of course, have this wonderful new box style. It's in a nice darker kind of a, what color do you want to call this? Like a darker purpley red, I guess, like a dark maroon maybe, with the same gold detailing that the other boxes have. Here you can see it does say Gaston limited edition 1 of 3,000. We do have that cutout, of course, to look like a clock face. If you do want to pause and read it here, you certainly can. This one's a little bit easier to read than some of the others, just due to the darker background on the box. And then, of course, we do have Steve Thompson's artwork here showing Gaston in the outfit that, of course, Jay, Nonstop Spiders, did design. So now we'll go ahead. We're going to take this box off. You do that simply by untying the ribbon here on the back, laying the box down. This outer portion lifts up. You can take that off. And then the plastic also lifts up, and that has just that gold embossing. They are not specific to the doll this time around. I thought that was kind of interesting. Usually they are. This time they are not. And then Gaston himself, you can just lift his inner box out. And then the certificate of authenticity there is at the back of the box. So now we'll go ahead. We're going to take a look at all the details. Okay, so first things first, we will take a quick look at his certificate of authenticity. If you would like to pause and read it here, you certainly can. And it does say then the number out of 3,000. I got number 47. So there is the certificate. Gold in that same kind of dark maroon purple. And then on to the doll. So Gaston, again, these doll boxes, the backgrounds are the same on every single one. Mine has, unfortunately, a little bit of a bend in the paper here, but that's fine. We do have that same midnight sky with the stars and gold in the back. We have Gaston. Now, I do have the 17-inch limited edition Gaston. However, that doll is like buried. So I don't know if this is the same face mold or not. I'll have to take a look. But it might just be the same one. They just kind of course, made it scaled down for the 11-inch series. But what is really awesome this time around is we actually have an 11-inch limited edition male doll with rooted hair. And this hair, oh my word, it is super soft. Like, I do not even know how to tell you how soft this hair is, because it is ridiculously soft. Now, the face mold is close. I don't think it's perfect, but it is close. You can see all the angled features, of course, that we know from Gaston. The little sideburns there that come down. The hair is slicked back. The face mold is very good, like just artistically speaking, but I don't know that it's a perfect representation. He's one that's got a face that is kind of hard to capture in 3D. And he's also got some gook there that I'll have to get off his face later. But yes, he has painted on eyebrows, eyes, and lips and teeth. No rooted eyelashes, of course, on the male dolls, but I'm still just cannot believe we have actual rooted hair. I think that's awesome. Now, to Gaston himself. I don't know if this is the Mr. Incredible body or if they made a new body for him. But of course, it does match Gaston perfectly. They even painted on chest hair. Weird. Anyways, but it is like that in the movie, so can't say too much. He does have on this really nice kind of a velvet cloak here that has a faux fur trimmed collar and lining that goes all the way down and around. You can see here there's a deer for his hunting. Kind of looks like the Lannister deer from Game of Thrones, but really nice material, beautifully embroidered. We've got some more embroidery, of course, along the lining here. Just a really nice cloak. And then this background color actually matches the box and the artwork there. He does have that cloak then, does have like a tassel drawstring here, as well as this metal chain that has these little discs that have some imprints on them. And then we have the beast's head there. So I think that's pretty cool. That is, I believe, metal. These are metal. Of course, this is fabric. And then on this side, there's a huge gem that, you know, maybe that's supposed to fit on that. I'm not quite sure which, but of course that is really cool. It's a dark red color. Coming down to his actual shirt, of course, it does kind of harken back to the movie itself. They've gussied it up a little bit with some gold metallic buttons, as well as some embroidery there along the collar and on the cuff of his sleeves. That is on both cuffs. You can see the other one back there, kind of a nice dark maroon embroidery on the gold, and then a gold embroidery on the red. So very well done. The shirt is a lot more red than what my camera is picking it up as. I think it's just because I've got this kind of washed out. Maybe if I move my light just a fuzz, you can see it is a little bit more red. Let's try another. I want to try and get as good representation as I can. I know it's not going to happen, but it is definitely more red than what this is picking up as. And then he has some suede pants that have a really unfortunate design. I know they're made to look like chaps, but it just looks like he peed himself. So that's kind of disappointing. He does have some metallic gold buttons going down there. And then he has on a very well molded and well painted designed boots here, with just like some normal wear and tear, of course, because he's out hunting and riding and all that kind of good stuff. What makes no sense though is that all these villains are dead. How can they show up to a ball? They're all dead. But nonetheless, he does have articulation, of course, at the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder. I'm sure it is at the waist as well. I'm trying to see if there's anything else, like if I can feel a crease in his body. Nope, just at the hips then. And then the knees are jointed, and probably the feet too at the ankle, I'm sure. Usually the male dolls do have that. So all in all, this is, oh, and his mask. Oh my gosh, we gotta take a look at his mask. Look at this mask. How intense is that? So it is plastic. Instead of having satin ribbons, he has suede leather ribbons. And then, of course, it's got the antlers. That's how he decorates his everything. And then, of course, just kind of like a little skull, almost maybe the top of a deer skull shaped to the mask itself. So yes, I mean, probably of this lineup, the best designed doll that they did do for this one. I love Ariel, so don't get me wrong. But clearly the budget went to Gaston, because this is outrageously amazing. Like everything except for that little spot right there looks stunning on him. They really, and I hate the male dolls usually, but I had to get him because he's so well done and so well designed. So yes, very pleased with him. Very glad that he's still available for those of us here in the States. I think in the UK, so that, you know, if you do want to get him, you certainly can. It is just, to me, it's still kind of mind-blowing that Ariel is still available. Queen of Hearts, that doesn't surprise me at all. Villains tend to not sell well, but this one everyone was talking about, and there's so few of him, and yet he's still there. So I don't know. Leave your thoughts down below as to why that is. I don't know. People are just kind of burnt out on collecting, or they're just releasing them back to back, and it's making it harder to, you know, get them all, or what you think. You let me know. But anyhow, that is going to do it for my review of Gaston from the Midnight Masquerade Disney Designer Series. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about him, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Otherwise, hope everyone enjoyed. Hope everybody's having an extra magical day, and we will see you real soon.